Welcome to the Navigating Dental Insurance Podcast, where we don't take from insurance companies. Here are your hosts, Mr. Jordan Comstock and Mr. Ben Tuine. This podcast is sponsored by BoomCloud Dental Membership Software, www.boomcloudapps.com, and Veritas Dental Resources, www.veritasdentalresources.com. Enjoy the show.
All right, welcome to another exciting episode of the Say No to PPOs podcast series. I'm one of your hosts, Jordan Comstock, and I got my co-host, Ben Tuine, on the line. Ben, how you doing, man?
Hey, great, Jordan. How are you doing?
Doing good. I just got a couch for my office, and I'm sitting here on the couch relaxing and recording our podcast.
Good for you. I had to throw the couch out because I take too many naps on it. Like, true story. But how did the lawn mowing go? Just mine. It took me 6.5 miles to mow my lawn.
6.5 miles.
I'm never again. I'm either buying a drive lawnmower or I'm hiring somebody to do it.
You know, you can. Speaking of that, with lawnmowers, you can buy automated lawnmowers that you put like a thing around your property, and you know the like Roomba vacuums.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, it's much like that, but it's like a lot smarter. Like the Nido robotic vacuums. I have a couple of those at my house because I don't like vacuuming and I like it automated.
Yeah.
You can do the same thing for your lawn care, your lawns. You buy a lawnmower that does that.
Hey,
so you should think about doing that.
We should create something in dental that's similar. Just put something in your mouth and it roams your mouth and it does your cleanings. It preps your crown. It does all your root canals.
Pulls your teeth. Yeah, you can get extractions.
Just kidding. We won't do that.
Yeah, we won't do that. I think that's a lot of liability right there. Well, cool. We're excited today. We have Beth, the founder of Ace Chat, coming on, and she's going to be talking to us about the benefits of having a live chat system, and her team actually helps answer all the live chat, so your front office doesn't do it. It's a very great interview and very informative, especially if you're looking to increase your, your marketing and collecting more leads and new patients through your website. So we're excited to have her on the show. And Ben, let's just get started right from the show right now.
Yeah, let's get going. This is going to be a fun one. Chat is something I've been thinking about, so we look forward to hearing from Beth.
Awesome. Excited to have another guest on our show today. Today we have Beth. And Beth, today we're going to be talking about live chat and the advantages and benefits of having this on your guys' website out there for dental practices. But before we begin with questions, Beth, tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of how you got started with your company now and just in dentistry.
Will do. Well, first of all, thanks for having me as a guest on your show. I'm glad to be here. And our start is kind of humble one. My sister and I were working for another company that kind of morphed into another company, and that company went out of business. And she said, "You know what, Beth?" She goes, "I think we can do this." So I said, I don't know that, I really want to do this. I was a, young single mom and raising a child. And she goes, "We can totally tackle this." So we did. We just kind of picked up the ball and took it running. And our first client was a dentist. He
Awesome.
is still a client of ours. We've been in business since 2011, and so it's neat to have him still on board with us. He's a big promoter and a fan of ours. But we just kind of been learning with the industry and growing with it as it's growing too, and learning about new treatments and procedures. So it's actually a really fun industry for us to be in, and it's a vertical that makes sense.
It does. Did you guys start? Was it like when you started? Was it just like we're gonna target dentistry, or did you just get that first customer and like, whoa, dentistry seems like a good vertical to be a play in? Is that kind of how it went?
It was kind of a little bit of both. We had, with our first client, he had been associated with the other company, and we just kind of absorbed him when they went out of business. But it does make sense. We do chat for a variety of industries. It's not just dentists. We've got landscapers and karate studios and promotional companies and directories, and so various other companies as well. But we just kind of have an affinity for the dental industry. It's fun for us. We like it, and we see the benefits and the way that the patients are cared for, and that's something that's really neat for us to be able to do, is care for patients too.
Cool, awesome. Yeah, I know I've got live chat on my website, and my team uses it, and I know it's been a benefit for me and my team, and I would imagine it does the same for a lot of dentists out there. So let's start some questions here. So what's the goal of chat? Why should we have chat, and what are the main benefits of having live chat on a practice's website?
Well, simply stated, just to strip it down, you're working to convert site visitors into patient appointments. That is the most stripped down version possible. But really, I always ask two questions to dentists considering chat for their practices is, how many people are going to your website and not booking an appointment?
Okay.
And then also, what is the average value of one new patient? And often they just think about that. I never ask them to actually give me the value, the true monetary value of it, but it kind of gets them thinking, because really the goal of chat is to communicate kindly and engage these patients in a conversation right on their website, and we convert them from passive site visitors into patients. And we really personalize the chat for each practice. We extend the office hours, and we make a site interactive, brings that human touch to the site, and then, of course, we're delivering instant responses to inquiries, allowing the in-office team to be more efficient as well. And then we're just maximizing any marketing dollars that are already being spent to drive traffic to the site, because we're there to engage them. So it definitely brings a competitive edge. And my favorite thing to share with people who are considering chat is this little number. People who use live chat are almost 8 times more likely to convert to a patient than if they had just clicked through the site.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, and I remember the reason why I put live chat on my website is because every site I went to as a site visitor that had live chat, I would always interact with it. I'm like, man, if there's a lot of people like me out there that will interact on these live chat, like I should put it on and see how it works with my site. And sure enough, it's been a wonderful tool, and that's awesome that you know, you're helping practices achieve that, because a lot of the times when people go to a website, it's pretty blah, you know, and there's no like you said, human interaction, or, you know, and I think a live chat will help with that, with especially with practice websites.
I think that's the number one frustration these days with big business, or any business for that matter, is that the automation. Like last night, for instance, I have my niece on my phone plan. She's from the islands and couldn't get a phone, and so I just threw her on my phone plan. She lost her phone and needed to report it to Sprint. So I go on the website, find the number, and I call, and it's automation. It's just script after script after script, and it's so frustrating. It took me about 30 minutes to actually hit the right prompt to report that the phone has been lost or stolen. So Beth,
most definitely.
I know. It's frustrating. People want that human interaction. I can see why chat is so important. So Beth, I used to actually work for part-time when I was in college. I worked for a mortgage company, and I did the chat rooms. They gave me two two screens. I did it from home, and then they gave me access to their portal for me to log in to receive all the chats. It was fun, but also stressful. This was a national mortgage company. I was getting
busy.
Chats, I know, left, right, and I mean, it's so many different places. And if I didn't go through that training, because most of the questions were common, there was a quick response to that, and it was usually F7, F2, F3. I was hitting those buttons most of the time rather than writing out the actual chats. There's a lot of times where you had to customize the chat and chat to people directly, but I can't imagine in a dental office where you're dealing with insurance. You're on the phone with insurance. You're in the ledgers trying to balance the books or the ledgers for the patients, posting checks and doing all this multitasking in the front office. Beth, who does the chatting? Is it the offices that do the chatting, or if they come to you, do you do the chatting?
That's a great question. So my team actually does the chatting for the office. And one thing that really sets us apart is we really like to act like an extension of the office on their site. So what I tell doctors all the time is that, hey, you can make me work as hard for you as you want to, as long as you keep me in the loop. I have certain practices who literally have their girls read off of a script when they're asked a certain question. So we can just absorb all that lingo and all that jargon directly. We do try to keep it conversational because we don't want them to feel that these things are scripted. But some answers, it is okay to script. For instance, what types of insurance do you take? Or what do you accept for financing? And so some things we're able to script, but really we want to keep it as conversational as possible and reply to the patients on the same level that they're engaging with us as well. So my team does the chatting, acting like an extension of the team, the in-office team on the website. And another thing that I'm so proud of is that everything is done all here in the U.S. Nothing is outsourced overseas. So they're really chatting with people here in the U.S., and my girls are just amazing at what they do.
No, that's definitely important. I think, if you had I have been on sites that had their chat overseas, and it's like, what did that guy just type to me? Right?
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. So that's good to know. And so another question I have as we're thinking here is, knowing office managers and just staff in general, their time can be spread thin a lot of the times. Will having a chat system on their site, will it take a lot of time for the front office team?
That's actually a really good question, and I think one worth considering, because I realize that the office teams are busy. I mean, we work with so many dental practices, they can barely keep up. But that being said, when we send over a chat, what we're sending over is very clearly delineated in the email subject line. Right in the top body of the email, it's going to say, hey, I chatted with Jordan. Here's what he needs. Here's his contact information. And then below our signatures, they can see the entire conversation of everything that was said back and forth. So we do include the entire transcript. But really, out of the gate, they know exactly that Jordan's a new patient and he wants to be seen for a consult, or Ben's a current patient and he wants to know about billing for 2016 for tax purposes. So right out of the gate, they know exactly what that patient needs, and it's been streamlined for them. So really, it's simply a call or an email as designated by the patient's preference. Hey, I'm at work right now. Can you email me? You bet. What's the best number for us, or what's the best email for you?
I like that. Yeah, it makes it easy for the office. I mean, I can see the benefits of doing this even for a specialized business like mine. But
yeah, man.
Speaking from the doctor's perspective, like if a doctor's already doing marketing, how will adding chat actually help their offices?
So you're marketing to drive traffic to your website on some level, whether it's Facebook or Google ads or radio ads. I have a client who does Pandora ads, but everybody's going to the site before they call you. Ads. So my favorite, so delicately put analogy is that chat is or marketing is like the running shoe, and chat is like the perfect sweat wicking sock. So they work so great together. And so chat really does enhance the website experience, but it just really capitalizes on what you're already doing. In fact, we ask, how did you hear about us? So that doctor knows right off the bat, oh, we heard you on Pandora, or we saw you on Facebook, or whatever it is, so they can see where their marketing's going.
Yeah, and that's for them. I think that's a big problem that you guys are solving in the dental industry, because most of the time you ask a doctor, or a staff member, what's the best marketing channel for your practice, and they're like, I have no idea. So to be able to collect that data, I think that's definitely helpful. I collect that data on my site all the time, and if I didn't, I wouldn't know what works, what doesn't work. And I think if they can enable that with a live chat service, that could definitely be helpful on the marketing side of things.
Absolutely. Or if they're getting a fantastic amount of Medicaid leads and they're not a practice that accepts Medicaid, why are they getting so many? So it provides some powerful insight to them about the types of leads that they're getting too. How qualified are they? Where are they coming from? Are they just looking for general cleanings? Or if they're really an office that's going after implants, are they getting those implant leads?
Yeah, very true. I talked to a lot of, seems like a lot of practice go through those implant, at least lately. I think they're like, we want to market implants more. That seems, that's what I keep hearing. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing lately, Ben. I don't know what it is.
I do too.
This past couple weeks, so we're trying to figure out an implant campaign. So definitely if an implant patient or whatever patient you're targeting comes through live chat, that's great that you can track that and give the reports to the doctor at which channels are working. So I got another question for you. How do you know what to say about a practice when you're chatting with somebody online?
So we have a pretty extensive online checklist that I ask clients to fill out in advance. And in fact, I just started with a client recently within the past month and a half, and after he submitted the checklist, he told me he would rather run another Ironman than fill out my checklist again. And, he was kind of kidding about it. But we ask a lot of stuff because if we are supposed to be in the practice with them, not only do I need to know whether or not they're offering whitening and what types and treatments and procedures, but also about their financing and their insurance and whether or not they're on a public transportation line or they're in the public shopping center or whatever it is, because I want to be able to answer as many questions as possible. Also, I talk to the office so I can mimic their preferences and any particular jargon or lingo that they would like us to bring into the chat. For instance, I have a client who doesn't call his patients patients, he calls them clients. So we call them clients as well.
Oh, that's
and then conversely, if they ask us something that we don't know the answer to, ultimately the main goal of chat is to get them in touch with the office. So we're just saying, we're going to get you in touch with somebody who does, and we're building that relationship, getting that name, that need, that number, so that they're going straight from the chat right on the phone with the office so that they can, close the lead and schedule the appointment and all that stuff.
Yeah, I like that. I remember when I was doing chat, again, these are mortgages. The objective was the same. You're trying to get somebody to meet with a loan officer and get things going. And oftentimes I would get questions about, hey, the 10-year T-bond is taking a dip here. What about the federal interest rate? And they're asking all these questions that I'm like, dude, I'm a student. I don't know what you're talking about. And
it's like a foreign language.
I know. Like, what's a 10-year T-bond? What kind of stake is that? That's what, those are things that are going through my mind. And I'm like, but, in the training that we got was you have to make sure that you don't answer questions. You can't BS. You cannot misrepresent the mortgage broker or the lender. And so we always made an effort to connect them with a loan officer. If a loan officer was working at 2 or 3 in the morning, that's when I worked. But it's interesting because I don't know if that mortgage company did any demographic study on the type of market or type of area that they were looking for new clients. In dentistry, is there a certain demographic that you find more people that are willing to chat? Or how does that work in terms of demographics? Who to target and how to get people to get on your website and chat with you?
So surprisingly, when I started this, I would have thought there would be a demographic, and I won't give my personal, this is what I thought it would be, but everybody chats. It doesn't matter how old they are. I've chatted with women who have literally said to me, I'm an 84-year-old widow, and, they're going on, and they'll give you everything. They'll give you their life story. But really, it surpasses ages. There's no age on chat, which surprised me greatly. And there's no economic range that chat hits. A fantastic number of people will chat from work because they can't get on the phone because their boss is sitting over their shoulder or whatever, but they can sneak in and chat. So a lot of people are chatting from work. And actually, surprisingly, most qualified leads are coming in during the hours that the office is open. And that's one reason why. It has nothing to do with the in-office ability to get on the phone. It has to do with the fact that this person's at work and they can't get on the phone.
Absolutely.
So that's a great thing.
I have a follow-up.
I think the one...
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead. You finish your thought.
Okay,
I have
I was
a
going to say
follow-up
the
question.
one, quote, demographic, for lack of a better word, that chats are people who are seeking sedation. Patients who are fearful will chat all day long because they just need that little, it's going to be okay, we're going to take care of you, thank you so much for being honest with us in advance. Knowing that you're fearful helps us to treat you with extra kindness. So patients who are seeking sedation love chat. They love it. It's a great opportunity for them.
You are spot on. I mentioned in previous podcasts that I took a sedation course. I'm not a dentist, not a clinician, but in helping, being one of the administrators running this group practice, everybody needed to take the sedation course that the dentists were taking. And that way we can answer basic questions and have a good understanding.
You're educated.
And rally behind the sedation concept. And the interesting thing is that sedation people that are sedation, like have a phobia against dentists or dentistry, they won't call you. They will not come to they're very, very afraid of the dentist. And a lot of times what they would do is they would either send an email or find the least invasive way possible to get a hold of you. And a lot of times they're very careful with you over the phone. They really did not want to spend too much time talking about clinical. The main thing was, can you put me out of my misery in terms of making me not remember? The questions were really funny. how can I get my dentistry done and not remember the experience, was what a lot of them said.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that the solution was, they use, what's that old pill, Halcyon or Triazolam, or they have, they have means of people
Exactly.
obtaining that type of sedation. But it's really, really interesting that sedation is a big market there. I think for the doctors that are looking for sedation, chats, talk to Beth. You got to do the chats. Actually,
certainly if you are offering sedation in your practice, it's a slam dunk, because oftentimes people who are fearful are only going to the office if they're in pain. They're not doing, regular dental care, and often these are big cases. So it's just a slam dunk. But the other thing I would say is that my team, because I've also been to sedation conferences and heard some of the stories, not only that the doctors have shared, but also from our experiences with chatting. These people are legitimately terrified, and they need to be treated with kindness and compassion, and that is something that we are really good at doing for them. Even if the practice isn't offering sedation, just knowing that, it's going to be okay, we'll listen to you, we'll care for you, can often talk them off the ledge, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm afraid of dentists. I just...
No, are you really?
No.
I'm like, you work with them every day,
I
man.
love them. I absolutely love working with dentists. But I was in that category at one point in my life where
Really?
I could not stand the smell of a dental office, or I couldn't stand the sound of a drill. And that's because when I was about 7 or 8 years old, in the islands where they don't have a lot of equipment, they don't have a lot of medicine, shipments come in late, and so, it's either you do this filling, or that's going to turn into a baby root canal or something in the future that's going to cost you more pain, time, and headache. So my uncle was a dentist. He puts me in the chair and he says, Ben, you're going to feel a lot of pain, and we don't have the means to numb you up. But you're going to be a football player, so just suck it up. You're a 2A.
Suck it up, dude.
And you're strong. We're going to be with you. So he had me hold bars or something, and he just went in there and started drilling without any anesthetic, no lidocaine, novocaine, whatever they used back then. Nothing.
Holy cow.
Like I would have taken a scorpion sting back then. It's like, just give that, I want something. But it was so painful to the point of me passing out a few times. But to him, it was necessary. It's either this or it's going to be much, much worse down the road. I don't know if you can't get away with that in the United States these days. Of course, a third world country, not monitored. You can't sue for malpractice. But
Yikes,
for years, that was me. I was the person that couldn't talk to a dentist about clinical. I only talked to them about things related to the business. I was the sedation patient. So I totally understand. I mean, for those of you that are listening that are looking to build that area of your practice, Beth is right. I have direct experience in that area as a patient, but also as a business administrator in bringing on these number of sedation patients. And it's funny, one of our clients had patients coming in all the way from Europe, several of them.
Wow.
And they had $30, $40, $60, $120,000 that family members just threw at them and said, you need to get your dentistry done. But they were so afraid of doing it. They accumulated all this money, and then all of a sudden, when they were ready, they reached out one way or another. It was never a phone call. It was always a chat or a request online. I've never had a client that used chat back then, but I totally know what you mean, Beth. I think this is a huge untapped area of dentistry.
We do have people travel to see dentists based on their reviews. We also work with plastic surgeons, and there's one particular plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills, and he's absolutely amazing to work with. He is such a kind man, and we literally book appointments for him from all over the world.
Wow.
So people will travel for good care when they have the means to, if they know that they're going to be treated with kindness, and especially, if sedation's offered, it's just huge.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, Beth, I have another question for you. I'm sure you see a lot of questions and everything from patients. What are some average things patients say, or what are some even interesting things that patients ask when they're chatting online with you guys for practices?
Well, and I mean, you think of 5 different people that you know and 5 different ways that they communicate. So really, honestly, anything and everything under the sun. We have had people chat with us saying, hey, we received a prescription from your office this morning and it's doing things to my gastrointestinal tract. I mean, that we've had people say, hey, are you accepting new patients? And then it turns into this massive, sedation case. We have a lot of questions, Yolanda, Ben, about what insurance do you accept? Do you take Delta Dental? I mean, the list goes on and on. But really, honestly, they will ask anything and everything under the sun according to what they feel comfortable with. And because they're removed from being, quote, seen visibly, they'll ask a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, I've noticed that even on my live chat when I'll go back and review like the archives and everything, and I'm like, wow, these guys really like opened up their life story here on the live chat. So that's definitely interesting. Even on a medical or point of view that people still open up a lot on live chat. That's really interesting. Sorry, Ben, I got a follow-up question.
No, go ahead.
So you're talking to patients, for practices. Do you help them schedule appointments as well during live chat? Or how does that work?
So if the practice has online scheduling software, certainly we can help them direct them, like My Local Med, and some people still use ZocDoc and things like that. Certainly if they have online scheduling software. Otherwise, we really want to kick it back to the office because the variety of ways that practices schedule patients. I mean, I have a practice where a new patient exams 2.5 hours.
Wow,
Other people, I'm a 15-minute consult in and out. Yeah, so really we want the practice to schedule that. And then we can also ask them, do you have a preference? Is it phone? Is it email? And they'll tell you, I'm in a meeting right now. Can you call me after 12:30? I'll be happy to share your time preference. If we miss you, we'll leave a message. So it just makes a lot of sense for patients, and it's convenient for them. And the thing about chat, you're not replacing your phone line. You're not replacing your email us or contact us button. What you're doing is providing an additional avenue of communication for people who prefer to chat.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, I chat with people all the time, like different businesses online, like landscapers. We're looking for somebody to help with our landscaping. By the way, if anybody in Utah has a landscaping company, let me know. But anyway,
me too.
I
can hook you up in Denver.
yesterday, true story. I'm trying to chat on my phone and I can't. I'm trying to chat on my laptop, but I can't. I got to jump on my PC to chat. With your format, Beth, are patients or people that are trying to get a hold of the dentist, what platforms are they able to chat? Can they do phone chat, laptop, desktop, Mac, PC?
Mac, PC, laptop, desktop, tablets, mobiles. It's what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out, guys.
Everything, all inclusive.
Compatible.
Compatible. There we go. Compatible.
It's like the $10 word today. It's compatible with all different formats.
Oh, there you go. Well, then I'm going to refer these people to you because it was so frustrating trying to get on the chat on my phone. We all do things on our phone, and I couldn't chat with them. And I couldn't remember far back when I was doing chats for that mortgage company. I was never on the other side. So, working on a PC, I never knew if it was compatible with a laptop or a tablet or an iPhone that I have. But that's good to know. I think that eliminates the barriers for patients that are trying to get hold of you.
Most definitely. And with more traffic going to mobile now, it needs to be compatible with mobile. And the other thing is mobile chats are often, they're in and out. They're on their phone. They want to get it done quickly. So they're like, here's my number. Call me. Boom. So
yeah.
It will talk to you all day long, but they're really, it's stripped down. Here's what I want. Let's go. And they're out the door. And it's really convenient for them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Very cool.
Hey, quick follow-up question to that. I know we have so many questions and we don't have much time because Beth has to leave here soon. So I'm even thinking of steering people that would normally call in to chat. I think people are welcome to call in, but I think we get a lot of our clients coming in through our website. Is there a way to steer most people to your chat rooms or your chat function as opposed to them giving a call? Is that something that you have some insight on?
Absolutely, and this kind of goes back to what I said a little bit earlier about having the practices, encouraging them to make us work for them. So, for instance, if they're having a Groupon special or an Invisalign weekend or Botox day or a free day or whatever it is, the more questions that we can field online and answer right up front, especially with people who are doing free days, dentistry of the heart and things like that, we can knock all that off and send it right to the office, no follow-up necessary. But if they say, I have a client who, when you go to their website, chat with us now, or their Facebook page, go to our site and chat with us. And I have people who leave it on there. We're not available to take your call right now because we're helping another client or patient, but go to our website and you can chat with us. So it's really up to the office how much they really want to make us work for them. And as long as they're willing to, treat us like part of their team, we can work hard for them, and we will. We like to. We love being incorporated.
Awesome.
Very cool. Awesome. So another question here I have is, do you help the practice chat during the day, during office hours, and you also help? I know a lot of the times with my live chat on our website, a lot of the chats come in after hours, like sometimes late at night or really early in the morning. I don't know what these people are doing, but what happens after hours? Do you guys help the practice with that as well?
So we are 8 to 8 Monday through Friday in every time zone across the continental U.S.
Oh, cool.
And we've been doing this since 2011, so we track every single day how many chats we get in each hour of the day. Because I have a girl who's really good at numbers, and she's an amazing database builder, so she tracks this
Nice.
for me. And we have watched the trends, and I got to tell you guys, I work every Friday night because I'm too cheap to pay payroll. No one chats on Friday night unless they're having a dental emergency. Most people, believe it or not, again, are chatting during the hours that the office is open. We do see some after hours, but after 8 o'clock at night, it just tanks. We used to be open later, but after 7 o'clock at night, really, it starts to tank. And that's not necessarily related to Facebook traffic because, surprisingly, Facebook traffic does not necessarily convert into web traffic.
That makes,
we've done studies on that, too.
Makes total sense.
But, so we are 8 to 8 Monday through Friday. So what happens after hours is that they'll click on the live chat button. It'll say, we're not available to chat right now, but leave us your name and number, and we'll reach out to you as soon as we're able during normal business hours. Now, that email goes directly to not only me, but the entire in-office team. And I always follow up, hey, making sure you guys got this. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and
awesome. That
way, the doctor has the availability to call somebody if they want to. For instance, I have a client who talked about how they're closed on Fridays. And he was chatting with Joanne on a Friday afternoon. The patient asked about denture stabilization. And he's like, I don't even know what that was. She's looking for all-on-4 implants or whatever. Joanne's chatting with her, hey, we're closed today, but we'll call you on Monday when we reopen. Emails it off to the doctor. The doctor looks at the email and goes, this could be a big deal. So he calls her back late Friday afternoon, and the patient is totally stoked that he called her. And he spent probably 15 minutes on the phone with her, talking to her about her needs. And she's like, I'm going in for an emergency extraction. He says, no, come in and see me on Monday. Well, anyway, he gets her into the office on Monday, spends about a half an hour with her, works up a $10,000 treatment plan.
Wow.
$10,000.
Wow.
And she says to him, do you want it right now, all up front?
Oh.
So did
Nice.
chat work for him? You bet it did.
Yes.
Captures all the opportunities out there, hanging.
Yeah, well, Beth, I know you have to run. Do you have a few more minutes? Because I
do.
Okay, so I'm looking at this I'm being selfish. I'm looking at this from my perspective. I want to sign up. And I know a lot of our listeners are probably thinking the same thing. So how the enrollment process, if somebody's interested in enrolling with you, how much does it cost? When do they get started? Is there a contract? Can you address some of those things?
Sure. So you can, and I'll leave all my information in the show notes for you guys as well, but you can call me or email me or chat right through our website. Tell them you heard about us through the podcast, and I'll send tiered pricing. But no contract. All of our clients are month to month because we are truly results driven. If we're not helping the client grow their business, we need to tell them, you need to work on your website traffic and come back to us so we can capitalize on it. We really love to help our clients, and no one wants to do, we don't want to suck anybody dry. We want to help them grow.
Absolutely.
So as far as cost goes, the first month, because for a podcast listener, we can offer $99 for the first month. It totally gets you up and running. It includes daily website monitoring, total site link verification, so we go through your entire site and make sure all your links are working. I build you a personalized database. It includes an implementation code and a consultation with your webmaster to get the implementation started, waived activation fees, which is a savings of $200, and then your first full month of live chat.
Very cool.
Sign me up. No, I'm serious. I'd like to enroll because we get.
I would love to chat for you.
Yes,
you need it, Ben. You need it. I know you need it because I see your site traffic.
Jordan is my boss when it comes to my website, and he sees everything. But I need it, and I can only imagine the doctors out there that get a lot of visits, and we get a lot of visits, but the visits compared to how many people we sign up on a monthly basis, they don't match. It's like we get way more visitors, but we're full business. I think if we got more business, we need to hire more people, which we're not opposed to. But I'm just looking at growth opportunities, and for some doctors that are out there who email us all the time saying I'm just not getting enough traffic. I guarantee there's there's more traffic on the website than there are people that are actually coming in as a patient, and that's what we see.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan can tell you that there's a lot of people that visit our site, and we only sign up a fraction of those people that visit, and that we do that by design. But I'm looking at this from a growth perspective, and I'm going to give it a try and report back to our listeners in a couple of months. So Beth, I know you have to go.
No, I love that.
But let's get together tomorrow for our stuff. We'd love to get going with you. So for those of you that are driving or listening to this that want to get a hold of Beth, we're going to post all of her contact info in the show notes. So she's acechatservices.com, acechatservices.com. And then we'll post her phone number and her email address. We highly recommend that you give her a call. I can't imagine that her special will run very long. But Beth, we really, really appreciate you being on the show today. I know that this is a very important topic. We get calls about marketing. How can I boost the new patient flow? This is a way. This is a huge
absolutely.
I mean, honestly, I'll be real honest. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer because one $10,000 case certainly pays for what we do. I do have to say one thing. It's Ace Chat Service, not services. So sorry to correct you, Ben, but I want to make sure people are going
your
the
stuff.
right place.
No, thank you. acechatservice.com.
And the one other thing I have to say, and I have to give a shout out to my team, because the thing that really makes us different is that we are a smaller company and work really hard to have great relationships with our clients and work to be part of the office.
Awesome.
But bottom line, my team is what makes the difference. They are fabulous, and they're just compassionate and caring. And I've never worked with as many people who care about what they do as my team. So I really have to just say, we would not be where we are today without them. They are supportive and dependable and amazing and kind women who just love to take care of other people.
Maybe I need to poach some of your employees. We're in the hiring process.
No, you cannot have them. You have to pry them from my cold dead fingers.
No, we'll just help. We'll just let you take over the chat side. I am really excited to get started with all this. Beth, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
And we really, really enjoyed a conversation with you. We wish we had more time, and perhaps maybe we can do a follow-up in a couple of months. And then
let's do that. Yeah.
We'll let the listeners, we let them dictate what they want to hear from us. So if you feel like this is something that you want to follow up on in terms of more information about chats, let us know. Send us an email. In the show notes, our contact information will be posted there as well. But Beth, thank you again so much for your time. It's been really fun and a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben and Jordan. You guys have great days. Appreciate your time today.
Thanks, Beth.
Take care.